Hello and welcome to Lovebug Tarot. So welcome back all my little tarot goblins. So today we are looking at the week ahead and we're going to be using our Russian fortune telling deck, which is a grid form of divination. We're going to be using our affirmation cards with, I'll let you figure out the title, the very sassy listen affirmations. And we're using our Cozy Witch tarot deck for any clarifications we need. And also I use Celtic and runic, or Celtic and Norse runes. So we use those to kind of mark the grid if you're new. I will have timestamps in the description below for if you just want to jump ahead to the read, but we do kind of, sometimes when I'm laying out the grid, some things will come up, but again, not for everybody, so I just put that option out there. I think it's fun to shuffle. Something very calming about shuffling. But yeah, also, oh yeah, I forgot to, anyways, I forgot to do something earlier, but it's, I was filming another read, and I forgot to say that all of any of the decks or the tools that I use, I always list in the description as well. So, just like putting it out there. So, what is coming in our week ahead for our collective? All right. I'm going to give our tarot cards a quick shuffle, but we're not going to use them immediately. We're going to lay the grid out. Hey, come on. Come on. There we go. I'm really enjoying this deck. I don't know if I'm enjoying it too much, but don't care. I like it. Alright, so I'm going to set this right there. And now we shuffle. I shuffle like I am a child because I'm an adult and I can make those decisions. There are 50 cards in the deck, if I remember correctly. So, it's like slightly too small to like get that full shuffle. So this is, I think, personally one of the easiest ways to do it. It's also fun. If you haven't seen this deck before, it's a square deck, and I'll just show you real quick, but there's 4 pictures and each of them are cut in half. So sneak that back in there somewhere. So as you lay it out, some of the pictures will line up, and depending on the orientation of the picture, there's 4 positions, obviously, because there's 4 different directions. So depending on how they line up, will tell you kind of what's going on. And as those pictures appear, I also mark them with a rune, or sometimes runes, sometimes more than one pops up. And then I always use the book, because again, there's 4 positions for 50 cards. I'll let you do the math. It's a lot. And I remember most of the time, like, because there's a general meaning for the picture and then a meaning for like the orientation of the picture. So, and when we lay out the grid, the last card I lay out here, so even if there's nothing lines up in the rest of the grid, you always read the last card and those 4 pictures in their upright positions. So it's an interesting deck. It's an interesting kind of form of divination. I find, at least. All right, come here. Getting them all back. There we go. And we'll do a quick extra little shuffle here. All right, here we go. All right. So before we lay those out, let's look. Our affirmation is, you're one of the lucky ones that made it to today. Appreciate that. Ooh. And again, this card came out in a previous read I did. Like last week. This is technically a timeless read. Some of those synchronicities, and I'm going to have to remind myself, making a note, to link that read. So I don't know. There might be something in there for you. Or this just, if you've seen it and you're coming here, this might be like a, hey, pay attention kind of vibe. I don't know. You have free will. Oh, make sure this is in frame. That's why the camera's back so far, is to make sure all of the cards because it's a big grid. But yeah, you have free will. So as always, if you don't want to go see something, you don't have to. Like, I can sit here and huff and puff at you all day and be like, go to the read, go see it. And you can be like, no, I don't want to. And that's valid. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So I try to match as I go. Some prefer to lay out the grid and then match, but I prefer to do it this way. I'll always take a moment at the end and stare deeply into the cards and see if I can't spot any extras. And I have a couple times, like, done this, also, like, taken a moment to try, and then I still find an image later that I'm like, oh, how did I miss that? That's what happens. So if you see an image and I don't pick it up, don't scream at me, please. I'll probably find it, and if I don't, then it's not a picture I was meant to see. And that's okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ooh, got the owl. So we got our owl lined up. Ooh, we got Gabo. The gift. Okay. I found that marking them just, it's helpful for me because sometimes I tried at first to like just remember where things were and would end up missing pictures. So I was like, I have to find a way to like, I would do them with like gemstones sometimes, but I like the runes because they give a little extra meaning to like what's happening. Okay. What is happening? Is that in frame? Yes. Let's move our little stone back here. What is going on this week? Where's the dog? It's up there. Ah. Sometimes I try to find the picture just to like reassure. It's like, okay, nothing in here is matching. Nope, that one's over there. Nope. Ooh, got the clover. Nope, come here. Alright, give me. Mouthies. Okay. Move that back away. Come here. It's a little humid in here today, so sometimes the cards stick to this wood. Wood? I don't know where that accent came from, but that happened. You heard it. I heard it. It's a thing. We're gonna leave that where it is. I don't know why. I mean, sometimes I get paid to speak. I'm also a voice actor, so it's just absolutely ironic sometimes where I'm just like, I cannot English, making sure things are in frame. Listen, English is hard. I don't care what anybody says. Oh, we got the lily. Okay, come here. Okay. Come here. Ooh, got two. Oh, so far all Norse runes. Ooh, okay, we have Fehu and Urus. Okay. Fascinating. Wait, where's... Oh, it's over there. Nope, it's apple. Nope. Nope. Ooh. Ooh, okay, so in this case where we have a picture that lines up, the castle here, but however we also have one lined up here. If we were to turn this card, this would be the orientation. That's the fourth position. So I'm going to leave it, but mark, ooh, all right, we got the Celtic rune. Celtic rune of peace and support. So I'm going to leave that here to remind myself that these two do match up. So we can read them later. So that's kind of how, because sometimes there are symbols that are already aligned, but the other side matches up too. Double check. Nope, cat's over there. Don't want to forget the other signs just in case. Ah, the bridge is all the way up there. Okay. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Okay. Way down here. Whoa, focus camera. Ugh. Why is my camera being all weird? We good? Alright, stop freaking out, camera. You just hold my hand out here. Are we good? I don't know how long it was doing that for. Hope it wasn't long. I'm like paranoid checking. Alright, so we have the bear, mice, money, fire. No. Rooster, the boy. I don't know why we're doing accents, but apparently that's just where we are today in this energy. Fish, letter, anchor. Nope, it's all the way up there. NDPD. Alright, the last card. And we don't have anything lining up on the last card, which is okay. Sometimes it does, and then you read that a particular way, but I don't think we have it in this one. Alright, so we're gonna go just grab a rune. Something for our wow, 3? Okay. I was like 1, it gave me 3. Ooh, Hagalas, okay. And the Celtic rune for shelter, magic, and health. I'm still learning these. And shield and protection. Ooh. That alone, those 3 alone have quite significant meaning, I feel. Yeah. Alright, so let me grab the book. And if I need clarification, we will. Am I going to be on anybody? No. Alright. Sorry, guys. Me, myself, and I, if I need any kind of clarification for something, that's when I will grab our tarot deck. So for now, I'm going to put it over here. I'm going to put our affirmation back. All right, the owl, which is number 34. So it's general meaning. The general meaning of the owl is problems with immediate projects in the... Oh, that's right. That's the 4th position. So in the 4th position, it says your plans will not materialize, which is interesting because we have Gebo. It's the rune that means like gift or generosity, even good fortune. I get the sense that this is something of like a blessing in disguise where something doesn't go to plan. Something isn't coming to fruition. And it might suck in the immediate now, and I get that. But in the long run, or it could even be in the short term where it's like this fell through and it's really frustrating and disappointing, and then something comes up and it's like, oh my God, if I had taken that position, job, whatever it was, if I had gone that route, I would have missed this, which is exactly what I want. Like, it's even better than what I could have like imagined. I'm getting that kind of energy. So let's do a little confirmation with our... Whoop, there we go. With our deck. Can we get any confirmation for that? Or... okay. Excuse me. Confirmation burp. 7 of Swords. And it's this figure about to squish a spider. Oh my God. Are we done? You sure? Okay. Good Lord. Sorry. Which is really interesting because just earlier, I found a spider in my bathroom, and it was an absolute pain in the butt to capture the little bugger and put it outside. I don't know, for some reason that's coming up. That's interesting. The phrase here, it says, are your actions really as selfless as you think? Okay. The 7 of Swords traditionally is something kind of behind the scenes happening. I wonder if, can we get some more clarification on that? So it's like a blessing in disguise that something kind of falls through. And owls are known for their really good eyesight, their insight. So I wonder if you, or it's like, this is something that you kind of saw coming. And maybe you're the spider in this situation and you're like, no, I'm getting out. I'm getting out because whatever this situation is, motorcycle, this person, situation, whatever it is like, metaphorically has the, the boot ready to come down, and it's like they're trying to maybe justify their actions, and it's like, no, I'm out. Yeah. Because we have broom here, number 13 in the major arcana, traditionally is death, which is about big transformation, something ending so something else can begin. And the broom here says, tidy up your life so you can make space for something better. And we were just talking about, like, making room for something better. Like, something falls through and it's a blessing in disguise because something better comes along. And this, again, this could be part of that gift. And it may suck at the time where you feel like the little spider and you're running away from getting squished, but by running away, your little spiderness, something else comes along and, or maybe you're shooing the spider out the door, so something better can come in. I don't know. This is not making sense in my brain, but I'm just saying it as it's coming out. But I definitely get a sense with this that something this week, if it falls through, I don't know, like, instead of like retaliating, like this person with the boot, oh, this spider came, I'm gonna squish it. Maybe sweep it out gently. Maybe there's a gentleness that you need. Instead of squishing the spider, sweep it out, capture it, throw it outside. And using that kind of metaphor as like if a job falls through or you have to leave a situation, instead of reacting to it, take a moment and respond to it. Take a breath and be like, you know what? Okay. And just gently leave the situation instead of squishing the spider. All right. So the clover here, number 2. That's not the 4th position. My bad. Is it 3rd? Let's see. 2. Yes, that is a 3rd position. So the clover is a symbol for luck. Wow. Okay. So in the 3rd position, it says sorrow for a short duration. Sorrow for a short duration, which will have a satisfactory outcome. Which is pretty much what we were just saying. With Nauthiz, this is the, no wait, that's Isa. I'm thinking of the rune for ice. I'm getting these all mixed up right now. But yes. Okay, so this is the rune for delay. For delay and patience in a trial. Like, so this could be something of like a test of your patience. Something where it's just like, it is not necessarily comfortable, but it's something that, again, as you move through it, it's like, okay, just the gentle sweeping, that broom, just, okay, all right, that's fine. You know what? That is no longer an option. We are going to sweep that out of the door. We don't need it. We are going to make space for something else to come in. Again, it says sorrow for a short duration. So it's not to say that this, whatever it is falling through or not happening, doesn't hurt. Like, yes, you can be disappointed. You can be frustrated. Those are legit feelings. But you don't have to dwell on them. You don't have to settle into them. You can acknowledge them, process them gently, and kind of move on in a lot of ways. And I just saw the knot. See, this is what happens. All right, let's grab a rune for that. I always feel like someone is going to put in the comments like, you missed the thing. And I'm like, I find it eventually. Ooh, we have English. Okay, we'll get to that. All right, so I'm going to back to the clover. Can we get any clarification or confirmation for our clover? Wow, okay, so we have the Lovers. And the phrase here is, will you or won't you? The choice is yours. Yeah. So ultimately, how this comes about, because with the broom, no matter what, it's happening. It's not something that, you know, you can stop, and in some cases you might have kind of seen coming or felt it, like, yeah, this was probably going to happen. How you move on, because no matter what, you're going to have to move on, but how you do it with the energy, how you address it, ultimately is up to you. The Lovers is a card ultimately about choice, you know. And if, I don't know, I just got the sense, like, if in this scenario, metaphorically, if these two people were like breaking up, you know, there's a reactive way to do it with the squishing spider, or there's a gentle way to do it with the broom. You know, both get rid of the spider, but, you know, one leaves the spider intact. And it's like, if you're working with maybe someone else's feelings, or, you know, even your own feelings, like, if this is something that you're going through internally, like, give yourself that grace, give yourself that gentle, patient, kind of tough love in a way. So it's not a comfortable experience, and I'm so sorry for that. But it is something that ultimately is going to bring about something better and something new. All right, so 40, that just popped up with our knot and Ingus. And Ingus, I always see Ingus as like a little seed, and there's roots coming down from it and roots sprouting on the top. Let me see if I can get that closer to the camera. It also sometimes is depicted as just like a little diamond shape, but it's a very earthy rune. It's kind of like grounding. Again, I always kind of picture it as like a little seed, and there's like a very earthy connection to it. And if you think of a seed kind of sprouting like this, little sprouts, little roots, like something is coming to fruition in a way. All right, so the knot. Its general meaning is family ties, and in its third position. Oh, wow, okay. Sometimes the cards do this. The phrase here for the third position is, you will break the bonds that are entangling you. So I don't necessarily, it could be blood family. This could be a chosen family, or a group of people, maybe people that were around you that you are breaking ties with. And that could be part of this. It fell through, something is breaking apart. Maybe you saw it coming, it's not comfortable, but ultimately you're making space for something to come in. And with Ingus here, it's like, in a way, you can plant a seed for something better to grow. And I hope that makes sense. But we are going to get some clarification on that. Ah, come here. Oh, excuse me. Good Lord. I don't have this problem talking to people with burping all the time. Just when I read cards. Apparently tarot makes you gassy. Who knew? Okay. Queen of Wands. Replace your self-doubt with self-confidence. Okay. Maybe something is changing where you're gaining confidence, and the situation or the people you're stepping back from, I don't want to say like feel threatened by that, but it's like, oh, you've changed so much. You know, and it's like, oh, you changed, you're not who you used to be. And, you know, suddenly if you're standing up for yourself, it's like, why do you have such an attitude now? Kind of speaking from experience right now in this. But, yeah, you're kind of stepping up into yourself. Yeah, your Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles. Oh, the kitty cats, I love it. The phrase here is having it all looks different to everyone. Okay, and there's both of these have little black cats in them. So yeah, maybe you're stepping into your own. Maybe you are coming across a success, and that puts you in a position of, you're more confident in yourself, like something's changing within you. And because of that, your external world is changing. And sometimes when that happens, there are some people who can't come with you because they're in their own cycle of learning, and they haven't kind of reached the next level yet, and they have to do that on their own. But you're moving into like the 10 of Pentacles, like holy cow, like that's yeah, you are definitely moving into something better. The 10 of Pentacles is probably like one of the best cards you can get for your physical resources. Your things, your places, your money, like all of that. It's your physical world. And 10 of Pentacles is fantastic energy. All right, number 30. We have the Lily. Going back, going back, going back. Boop-a-doo. Okay, so the Lily's overall meaning is faithfulness, and in a lot of threes, a lot of third positions happening here. This one, this one, this one, this one. Wow. Okay, so I don't know if number 3 is significant, but you have a lot of things in the third position. So faithfulness for the Lily, and in the third position means unearthly happiness. So whatever is coming in. And you have Fehu as well. Fehu is the rune of prosperity, and Uruz is a rune of power. Again, going back to the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and the 10 of the 10 of Pentacles. Oh my God, I can't speak. Pretty much line up directly with this. Like the 10 of Pentacles is Fehu, and Uruz is like the Queen of Wands. You're coming into like this power of yourself. This kind of unshakable power within yourself is kind of what I'm getting here. So unearthly, like the Lily is, again, faithfulness. So I feel like you've just trusted yourself. You've trusted the universe, your faith, whatever that looks like for you. And that is coming to fruition. Yeah, the synchronicity here. So it's whatever you're stepping back from is making way for something else to come in that is like just out of this world, apparently. The Page of Pentacles. When life gives you lemons, make enchanted lemonade. I get the sense that the 5 of Cups. Spilled tea isn't the end of the world. So what was it? The clover. It was the clover that said, in the third position, a momentary sorrow. You have here with the 5 of Cups. A momentary sorrow for, like, a very satisfactory outcome. And in this, it's literally this person has a little lemonade stand. And it says, when life gives you lemons, you make enchanted lemonade. So something fell through, and you're moving out of that. And it's like, okay, you were handed a basket of lemonades, and you were like, you know what? Fine. I'm going to turn around and make this something even better. And from that, you are stepping into something even more profound. Again, this kind of blessing in disguise energy is coming through a lot. All right, the Castle. This is pretty straightforward, which is great. I've definitely had those reads where I'm like, I have no idea what's going on. We've all been there. 19 is the Castle, which is a symbol for security. In the third position, it says a long life. And this is the Celtic rune for peace and support. I don't know what else. That's pretty clear. You are definitely moving into your new era, I feel. And this is one this is just way much better. From whatever you're coming out of, you, again, the broom, the sweeping away gracefully, like things that just are not resonating with you, whether it's people, places, things, just, you know, a mindset, whatever it is, you are sweeping it out the door so something even better can come in. And the Four of Wands. So yeah, this is going to be a long life, secure with our castle here. There's going to be security there, and there's going to be support, because again, this is the rune of support and peace. And you have the Four of Wands, and it says here, family is, wow, okay. Family is whoever makes you feel the most safe and comfortable being you. Yeah, I don't think I have to draw anything else for that. Oh, wait, what's the little sign on the wall say? Hold on. Come here. Ah, come here. A sign? What does it says? Oh, it says a place to hang your witch hat. I love that, because it's, you know, the energy of, like, you know, your home is where you make it. And it can be with your found family, your chosen family, just, you know, your plants, your pets, your people, whoever that is. Again, the Ten of Pentacles with all of these cats. Maybe you have cats, which is awesome. I do. Dogs too. We have a whole menagerie here. But, yeah, it just, you're moving. It's not easy, you know, but you are moving towards something that is very impactful, very long lasting, and very, very profound, I feel. Again, this blessing in disguise, where something falls through, something breaks apart, and it doesn't feel good at the time. It is not to say it is not difficult. It, you know, that's a heavy energy to move through. But the way, again, the Lovers here, this choice, it's like, will you or won't you? Ultimately you have the decision and the power where to move, how to move, to react or respond. Those are your choices, always. You know, but you are moving into something better. And I really do think the cards are trying to be very, very affirming for you. Like, these are some very, very, just, it makes me feel comfortable. Like, ooey gooey inside. Like, not that these things are happening to you, but that you are moving into, like, this incredible energy. You really are. All right, so let's grab our last card here. I'm gonna put him right here. Yeah, I think that'll work. So in this instance, because it was the last card, we read all of these in their upright first positions. And so this was when we had Hagalaz, we had Shelter, Magic, and Health, which is very significant because we have the hearse here. And that's typically to do with your physical state. Shield and Protection. Ooh, okay. Hagalaz, again, is like, kind of, if you're familiar with the tarot, it's got the Tower energy. It's a disruption. So I think this week overall is saying, like, things are going to be disrupted. I have a feeling you need to take care of your health, but at the same time, like, I feel like the bear with, like, hibernation, so make sure to rest, make sure to take care of yourself, make sure, again, your health is going to be extremely important, but you are ultimately protected in this shift. What is happening, there's a very protective energy around this as well. All right, let's start with the bear. What number is that? 15. Nope, too far. Bear. Okay, so it's a general symbol for work effort with good results. And its first position, it says, with caution, happiness will not elude you. Again, I get the vibe up here where it's like the situation that's changing. You need to make a choice whether to react or respond. You know, do you squish the spider or do you gently sweep it outside? How does this do? Ultimately, it is up to you. That rhymed. You're welcome. The Chariot. You'll never get anywhere if you keep standing still. Okay. So ultimately it's saying like things are going to change, and you're the one that you can move it forward. You can move it forward, or the situation can move you forward. Like, which, do you walk out on your own power, or do you go kicking and screaming? I don't mean to laugh at that, but that's just such a weird analogy to come through. Really? All right, well, we'll just flip that over. I was just grabbing cards. Well, let's see this one. And that one, apparently. Okay. Just put you right there. So, I'm sorry. It says, with caution, happiness will not elude you. And with the Chariot, it's kind of this... There's a little bit of a juxtaposition of the energy where it's, be cautious, be careful, be gentle, but also move forward. Like, there's still this, like, go, go, go kind of energy. And I really feel there's a need for a balance in this. Where it's like, yes, move forward. You do have to make a choice, but also being gentle with yourself. However that, that kind of self-care, however that looks for you. That's important. And again, this came up again with, family is whoever makes you feel the most safe and comfortable being you. And that is something that might help you make whatever decision that you're faced with. Yeah, peace and support, for sure. So, something to keep in mind. All right, 32, the moon. Go. All right, the symbol for peace. We were just talking about peace and serenity and safety. In the upright position, or the first position, it says, although your life is uneventful, you have happiness nonetheless. Again, this is, I feel, the energy you are moving into with, shield and protection. Interesting that the Tower came out with this. It says, get ready. Things are about to get shaken up. Clearly. So as things are shaking up, you have Hagalaz and the Tower here, and the Broom, which is in the traditional deck, Death, which is transformation and change. Things are going to change, and they're going to change big. It's a big change. But remember that, you are protected in this time. This is something happening, so something even better can come in. And that can be a difficult mindset to keep. And I'm not saying to I don't want to be toxically positive, just oh my God, just keep your head up. Don't, just let it go. It's no, it can suck. It can really, really suck at the time. Especially if there's uncertainty, or I'm speaking from a little bit of experience here, just the rug just gets yanked from under you, and you do have those moments of hurt and panic and fear, and those are legit. It's important to take the time. Just again with the bear, I'm looking at the hibernation. It's yes, things have to move forward, and you may have to you may have to jump through some hoops to get to the next phase, but don't forget to take care of yourself mentally, emotionally, physically, because again, we have the hearse down here. We're gonna go to that one because I know I'm familiar with the hearse. Boy, am I familiar with the hearse. Yeah, the hearse is the symbol for danger to your physical and emotional state. Yeah. So in the first position, in its upright first position, it's sickness. And typically, again, the hearse can be pretty serious in its meaning. In the first orientation, it's usually sickness, a cold or something that's not necessarily life-threatening. Again, I am not a doctor. I'm not a medical professional. If you feel sick or ill or any of that, please see a doctor. Please consult a medical professional. That is not me at all. I'm gonna make that very, very clear. Okay, that being said, yeah, because we did have this one was about shelter, magic, and health. So it's a danger to your physical and emotional state. So it's like, even if you're taking care of your body and you're getting sleep and you're, you're doing a physical activity and you're drinking water and you're eating right, don't forget to like take a moment and maybe meditate or do something for your emotional state too, because you could be doing all the things for your physical body but neglecting your like mental state or your emotional state, not addressing things, those can build up. And again, I might be putting about too much information about myself, but that can manifest in things like fatigue, panic attacks, that burnout, very easily your mental state, your mental state can affect your emotional state, can affect your physical state. Like, it's all connected. At least I believe so. All right, and we have here the Six of Pentacles. Every blessing you give will eventually be returned to you. And it's this person that's finding, like, what is that? These are like a mini deck. But they looked under their couch and it looks like a coin, something gold and shiny. So even if, again, there's the sense of like, there's a loss, there is a change, something is leaving, but that energy is going to return to you. So as difficult as, oh my God, excuse me, confirmation burp, as difficult as things may get, it's important to address them as they come. Again, I don't want to be like, there's very fine line between like this toxic positivity where it's just remember, like, everything happens for a reason. It's like, I'm not a big fan of that phrase. It's like, yes, things can happen and it can turn out for the best and we can learn really important lessons, but they can still be kind of shitty reasons with it. Pardon my French, I might have to blank that out, but I think it's beyond it's like a minute or 30 seconds from the beginning. It can still suck. And acknowledging the suck and being like, okay, I'm going to sit with this, and we're going to, if you need to talk to a mental health professional, a counselor, a friend, somewhat a trusted colleague, where it's like, I need to sit down and just talk through things. Or, again, please, I always want to like address mental health so much in this, because it's so easy to be like, oh, but just think of what's coming towards you. It's like, no, when you're in it, you're in it. When you're in it, it's happening and it sucks. Yeah. So, yeah, because the tower energy, I'm very familiar with the tower energy. The tower and the Hagalas is like, this is a big upheaval, and change is hard, change is difficult. And yes, you're getting so many wonderful positive signs of, what is possible and what is coming to you. But just really make sure to take care of yourself, because I feel like with the Six of Pentacles, it's kind of this like reciprocity, but I think it's like with yourself, taking care of yourself during this change, this upheaval, is going to come back to you full fold in the future. So being gracious with yourself, resting when you need to, making sure you have water and food, and, you're moving a little bit, whatever your self-care routine looks like, doing that and maintaining that balance is going to be so helpful for you in the future. You're going to get to that 10 of Pentacles in good shape. So just make sure, don't ignore your needs during this. Okay, I don't know why I'm trying to pick up the cards. We gotta go to 38. All right, 38. 38, there it is. Okay, so the lady is the symbol for support and help, which is freaking awesome in this situation. So in the first orientation, it says, a soft feminine hand will support you in time. So there was this message of like protection here, of like your found family, your chosen family, something better. There could be someone coming in to help you in this process. So let's see what we got here. Yeah, the Ace of Wands. It says, don't you see how your passion makes you glow? And the King of Cups. Always compose yourself before giving a response. Yeah. This could be someone coming in, and when this is going down, again, this cup of tea here, I'm just getting the sense of like, maybe you go and you're like, I just need to vent. I need to talk to someone, and this person, I don't want to say talks you down, maybe they do, but this person has like a better, not a better perspective, but a different perspective. And maybe they're just a really good listener, and they can offer just like some guidance or just affirmation. If you are feeling like, oh, this is unfair, and they're just like, yeah, no, this is unfair. This is bullshit. This is BS. trying not to cuss. I get very passionate. And they're like, no, this is BS. This is you are absolutely right. This is total caca. Anyways, it's difficult to restrain myself from cursing sometimes. It's so difficult. We do our best. Try to keep it clean. And with the King of Cups, again, kings and queens, they're energies. So, and again, this is the lady is a feminine hand. So it's just, I feel someone with the cups is a very, they're an emotionally mature person. So whatever energy they have, and again, we have a king, and the kings are more of the energy of action. So again, with the Chariot here, this could be someone being like, kind of laying out your options, like, hey, this is, again, we were talking about the Page of Pentacles and the Five of Cups up here, where like someone comes along and is like, hey, you have this basket of lemons. Why don't you make lemonade? What kind of lemonade do you want to make? Like, they just maybe have a better perspective on things because they're not emotionally in what's happening. They're able to take a step back and see the situation for what it is from a little bit of a distance. Because I feel like they see your passions. You know, what, again, this phrase, it says, don't you see how your passions make you glow? Wands is about kind of spiritual energy, the things that make you light up. And this could be someone coming in and being like, hey, didn't you always want to make lemonade? You always talked about it. You light up when you talk about lemons. Again, I'm using this metaphors. You know, you talk about it. You always wanted to have like a lemon tree or a grove, or, you know, they have this perspective of things of like, you know, what lights you up. And that could be, you know, that conversation or that situation could be something that kind of helps you see things a little more clearly and make those decisions to make those changes. Because we have a lot of decisions happening here with the Tower, the Lovers, the Broom, Hagalaz here as well. Like, there's some big shifting, like, energies happening here. Absolutely. All right, the bottom of the deck. What do we got here? The Six of Wands. It says, you're kind of a big deal, so start acting like it. I love that so much. The Six of Wands is a card of success. And again, the wands here, we were talking about, you know, what lights up you. You know, what are you passionate about? With the Queen of Wands up here, you know, what fires you up in your soul? And ultimately, you're going to find what that is. That's a lot to happen in a week. Oh my God. And going back to our affirmation, you're one of the lucky ones that made it to today. Appreciate that. So I get the sense of like living in the moment. Take it moment by moment. This week might be kind of big. Things might get a little heavy. And that's okay. Take a breath. There's kind of an image here of someone reading a book. Maybe take a step back. You know, maybe part of that self-care is like detaching from things by reading a book for a little bit. Because it's a lot. That's that. And we were like, oh, what's in the week ahead? And the universe is like, boom. It's like, whoa. Whoa. It's a little heavy. It's a little heavy. I'm not going to lie. I'm sorry that things, like, I've been there. A lot can happen in a week. Heck, a lot can happen in 3 days. I speak from experience. Your entire world can get flipped upside down. And it's a lot. It is a lot. But you have people who are going to be there for you. You do. And the ones who sit with you and sit in that energy of you at not your best and just kind of hold you. Oh God, I'm getting really emotional right now. Hold you and hold you up. That's your family. That's your family. For sure. Sorry. All right. So, oh, yeah. And if you need to at any point, like, something in this vibes with you, feel free to put it in the comments. You don't have to. Again, you know, your life is not for display and any part. You know, so even if it's just a little emoji or just like, hey, I vibe with this, you know, just know that, you know, there are people out there that understand. They do. And they're going to get you. They're going to get you. And you're moving on to something amazing. You are. So I am sending you so much love. Because this could be shaping up to be kind of a rough week. Not going to lie. I don't want to sugarcoat it. Like, this could be a bit of a rough week. But I know you can get through this. I know you can get through this because look at all this wand energy. You have a really, really strong soul. You do. You're going to get through this. So thank you so much for being here with me and crying with me. I'm sending you so much love right now. And just, again, we have to do all the housekeeping at the end. Please like and subscribe. It's super helpful for the channel. I do have behind the scenes content. I post 3 times a week there at Buy Me a Coffee. So you can support me there as well. And there is some free stuff there too for people. So we try to make it accommodating for everybody. Little extra goodies to check out. So again, thank you so much for listening, and I'm sending you so much love and positive energy for this week because, well, at this moment this is a timeless reading, but when this goes up, we are kind of in eclipse season, so there's some big things happening, big things shifting around. And in the future, when you find this, there could be some other energies shifting around, not necessarily astrologically, but just in your life. This is a big change. All right. So I love you. Take care of yourself. Stay safe. And take the time you need to take care of yourself. Okay? It's okay to do that. It's okay to be a little selfish and take care of yourself first. You can't pour from an empty cup and all that. All right? So until next time. All right. You stay safe. Take care of yourself. I love you. Bye-bye.